Welcome to Gray Matter Reports. Today we decode the complex reality of events that unfold around us. The scene lay silent. Shadows clung to the corners of the room, whispering secrets of a disturbed mind. A single flickering light bulb cast an uneven glow on the surface, illuminating traces of a struggle. Here, amidst the remnants of chaos, the narrative of an antisocial profile began to unfold. Biological evidence scattered across the floor told a story that transcended the mere physical. Each item, an artifact of human behavior, revealed insights into the psyche of the individual who had orchestrated this unsettling tableau. The air felt heavy, infused with an unsettling tension that lingered long after individuals had departed. Criminal behavior is often the culmination of intricate neural pathways, each firing in response to stimuli that the average person might overlook. The brain, a complex web of connections, processes experiences in ways that can distort perception. What drives a person to act against societal norms? This question hangs in the air, thick and palpable, begging for exploration. In this desolate space, the remnants of an encounter lay bare. A chair tipped over, a shattered glass, glinting like a shard of a fractured mind. Forensic experts moved methodically, cataloging the biological evidence, each piece a clue shedding light on the inner workings of an atypical psyche. The meticulous examination of these fragments would lead to a more comprehensive understanding of the individual's motivations. Neuroscience offers insights that can bridge the empathy disconnect. When examining the brain's architecture, one realizes that behaviors often stem from neurological irregularities, malformations, or disruptions in critical areas responsible for empathy and impulse control. The amygdala, for example, plays a crucial role in emotional regulation. A disruption here may lead an individual to react impulsively without the moderating influence of empathy. As investigators pieced together the narrative, they were not merely hunting for a conclusion, but rather attempting to craft a portrait of the individual. Each decision made, each action taken, reflected a reality shaped by both environment and biology. The crime scene became a canvas, painted with strokes of psychological complexity, revealing the dissonance between societal expectations and the individual's internal landscape. The clock ticked, marking time in a world that demanded answers. Yet, the deeper truths lay hidden beneath layers of neural pathways and emotional scars. Only through understanding the intricate dance of biology and behavior could the enigma of the antisocial profile begin to be unraveled. The scene, once a mere collection of evidence, transformed into a profound commentary on the human condition, a reminder that every story has nuances waiting to be explored. The room is dim, a sterile environment lined with the cold gleam of metal and glass. Here, in the depths of psychological analysis, we explore the contours of the human mind, specifically those who tread the darker paths of existence. We sift through the complexities of the antisocial profile, revealing layers that defy simple categorization. Each subject presents a unique puzzle. Biological evidence offers glimpses into their neural architecture. Studies suggest that certain deviations in brain structure, particularly in the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, correlate with diminished empathy. This neurological landscape creates a fertile ground for a disconnect between emotion and action. Consider the individual whose childhood experiences are marred by neglect. The brain, sculpted by trauma, may develop a heightened sensitivity to threat, but a diminished capacity for compassion. In their world, relationships become transactional, stripped of warmth and nuance. They navigate life with a shield, armored against emotional connection, yet vulnerable to impulses that others would deem unthinkable. Understanding these profiles requires us to step beyond the surface. It is not enough to label. We must delve into the intricate interplay of genetics and environment. Each subject's narrative is woven from threads of experience, biology, and choice. The neural pathways forged in youth may dictate responses in adulthood, yet they do not seal one's fate. Take the individual whose history reflects a pattern of aggression. Anomalies in dopamine regulation can lead to impulsive behavior, a characteristic often misconstrued as mere malice. Instead, it is a manifestation of an underlying neurological dysfunction. They are not mere villains. They are complex entities, grappling with internal battles that many struggle to comprehend. The disconnection from empathy in these subjects can be likened to a malfunctioning compass. They may navigate through life with a sense of direction, yet their understanding of moral geography is skewed. Their decisions, while often perceived as deliberate, may stem from a place of profound misunderstanding, both of themselves and of the world around them. As we draw closer to the case conclusion, the narratives entwine. Each subject, painted with the brush of neuroscience, reveals a darker truth. The line between right and wrong is not always a matter of choice, but a labyrinth of biological predisposition and environmental influence. In this exploration, we confront the unsettling reality of human nature, unearthing the empathy disconnect that shapes their lives and the lives of those they touch. Empathy is a fragile construct, woven intricately into the fabric of human interaction. Yet, for some individuals, this thread is frayed, leading to a profound disconnect. Neuroscience offers a lens to examine this phenomenon, revealing the biological underpinnings that shape our capacity for empathy. The brain is a complex orchestra, with each region playing its part in the symphony of emotions. The anterior insula and the anterior cingulate cortex are pivotal players in the empathy repertoire. They process not only our own feelings, but also allow us to resonate with the emotions of others. This mirroring effect is crucial for social cohesion, yet it remains a delicate balance. Imagine a neural circuit designed to light up at the sight of another's distress. In the case of individuals with an antisocial profile, this circuit appears dimmed. Functional MRI studies demonstrate reduced activation in these regions when subjects are confronted with emotional stimuli. The result is an emotional landscape barren of the nuanced shades that define human connection. Consider the implications of this disconnect. When empathy falters, understanding withers. An individual may recognize pain yet lack the ability to feel it. This disassociation can manifest in behaviors that are perplexing, even chilling. The subject may navigate social environments with a facade of charm, yet beneath lies an emotional void. Biological evidence suggests that genetic predispositions may play a role. Variations in the gene responsible for the production of oxytocin, often dubbed the trust hormone, have been linked to diminished empathetic responses. These nuances highlight the interplay between nature and nurture in shaping behavior. The clinical observation of these individuals reveals a pattern. They may exhibit heightened activity in areas associated with reward and aggression, while the empathetic circuits remain dormant. This imbalance creates a unique profile, one that challenges conventional understanding of morality and social responsibility. The result is not merely a lack of empathy, but a reconfiguration of emotional processing. As we navigate the complexities of human behavior, it becomes evident that the empathy disconnect is not simply a moral failing. It is a biological reality, one that poses questions about accountability and rehabilitation. Can empathy be reignited, or is it a lost cause, forever absent in some individuals? The answers lie buried deep within the neural pathways, awaiting further exploration. In this somber landscape, understanding the neuroscience of empathy becomes crucial, illuminating the shadows that cloud our perceptions of those who walk a different path. The influence of environment on the development of an antisocial profile is profound. It shapes behavior, molds perception, and alters psychological landscapes. Consider the mind as a finely tuned instrument. Each string vibrates differently based on the surrounding atmosphere. A child raised in a nurturing home may resonate with empathy, while another steeped in neglect may emit dissonance. Neuroscience reveals layers beneath the surface. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, can be stunted by adverse conditions. Exposure to violence, substance abuse, or emotional deprivation can inhibit its growth. Imagine a garden where sunlight is scarce, the flowers wilt, unable to reach their full potential. Similarly, when children face chronic instability, their neural pathways may wire in ways that favor aggression over compassion. Environmental stimuli act as both hammer and anvil, forging the psyche. A traumatic event can leave indelible marks, carving grooves in the mind that shape future actions. The brain's plasticity allows for adaptation, but not always in a positive direction. When fear becomes a constant companion, it alters perception. Trust dissipates, and survival instincts take precedence. the individual may learn to navigate a world fraught with danger, prioritizing self-preservation over altruism. Consider the interplay of genetics and environment. They are not mutually exclusive. Biological evidence suggests that certain traits can predispose individuals to antisocial behaviors. However, without the right environmental context, these traits may remain dormant. A child with a genetic inclination towards impulsivity may thrive in a supportive community, channeling energies into creative pursuits rather than destructive ones. Isolation is another factor that exacerbates the disconnect. A subject cut off from social interaction may struggle with basic empathy. The neural connections that foster understanding and compassion weaken. In extreme cases, this disconnection can manifest as a profound inability to relate to others. The world becomes a series of transactions, devoid of emotional color. Here lies the crux of understanding criminal profiles. The environment acts as a catalyst, igniting latent tendencies or extinguishing them altogether. It raises a critical question: how much of an individual's path is etched by their surroundings? The answer remains elusive, yet the evidence is clear. A nurturing environment can cultivate resilience, while a toxic one may cultivate chaos. Thus, the narrative unfolds, a complex interplay of biology and surroundings, each influencing the other in a perpetual dance. The subject's fate, often written by forces beyond their control, underscores the necessity of empathy in understanding the human condition. The room was sterile, bathed in the harsh glow of fluorescent lights. It held the weight of countless stories, each echoing the consequences of choices made and paths taken. In this space, the aftermath of actions remained suspended, a haunting reminder of the disconnect between intention and impact. The individuals who occupied this space were not just subjects of study, they were complex tapestries of experience, shaped by neural pathways and environmental influences. Recovery, in its essence, was a multifaceted journey. It began with understanding the underpinnings of the antisocial profile. Neuroscience revealed that certain brain structures, particularly the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, play critical roles in emotional regulation and impulse control. Damage or dysfunction in these areas often led to impaired empathy, resulting in a chasm between an individual's actions and their emotional repercussions. The clinical environment aimed to bridge this gap, fostering an exploration of the self that was both painful and necessary. Therapeutic interventions were characterized by a blend of cognitive behavioral techniques and neurofeedback. The goal was to retrain the brain, allowing individuals to develop a better grasp of their emotional landscape. Each session felt like peeling back layers, exposing raw vulnerabilities. The individuals confronted the narratives they had constructed around their lives, often distorted by a profound sense of disconnection from others. Progress was neither linear nor predictable. Some days were marked by breakthroughs, moments of clarity where empathy flickered into existence. On others, the shadows of past choices loomed large, threatening to engulf any sense of hope. The clinical staff, equipped with both expertise and compassion, navigated this terrain carefully. They understood that recovery was not merely about the absence of antisocial tendencies. It was a holistic transformation that necessitated a reawakening of the emotional self. The stories of those who emerged from this process were often bittersweet. Some individuals found redemption through acts of service, channeling their newfound understanding into community engagement. Others struggled, haunted by echoes of their past, an ongoing battle against the remnants of their former selves. Each narrative was unique, yet they shared a common thread: the relentless pursuit of connection, a yearning to bridge the empathy disconnect that had once defined their existence. In the end, recovery was a delicate dance between the mind and the heart. It required courage to confront the shadows and resilience to rebuild from the ashes of one's own choices. Within the sterile walls of this space, the interplay of neuroscience and human experience unfolded, revealing the profound complexities of the human condition. The aftermath was not merely a conclusion, but a continuation, a testament to the enduring struggle for understanding, connection, and ultimately redemption. Empathy functions as the connective tissue of human relationships. Yet for some individuals, this tissue is frayed or absent. Understanding this disconnect is essential for those tasked with interpreting complex criminal profiles. Neuroscience offers a lens through which we can explore the mechanisms of empathy, revealing why certain subjects exhibit profound emotional disconnection. Consider the mirror neuron system. These neurons fire both when an individual acts and when they observe someone else performing the same action. In a well-functioning brain, this creates a bridge to understanding others' emotions. For individuals with an antisocial profile, however, this system may be impaired. The result? A diminished capacity to resonate with the experiences of others. Imagine a musician playing a haunting melody. Each note resonates with the audience, eliciting shared emotions. Now, envision a performer who plays the same notes but feels nothing. The audience's tears do not reach them. This dissonance illustrates the empathy gap. It is not merely a lack of feeling, it is a fundamental inability to connect with the emotional fabric of shared human experience. Functional MRI studies reveal striking differences in brain activity between empathetic individuals and those with pronounced emotional deficits. The anterior insula and anterior cingulate cortex, areas crucial for emotional processing, show less activation in subjects with antisocial traits. This biological evidence suggests that the empathy gap is not simply a moral failing, it is rooted in neural architecture. Yet, the implications extend beyond the individual. Society often grapples with the fallout of this disconnect. Communities are left to piece together the shattered remnants of trust and safety. The challenge lies in bridging this empathy gap, not through punitive measures alone, but through understanding and rehabilitation. The task is to foster neural pathways that promote emotional resonance. Therapeutic interventions can serve as a form of reconstruction. Techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy aim to rewire emotional responses, creating opportunities for connection. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble, revealing a form hidden within. Each session chips away at the hardened exterior, exposing the possibility of empathy. As we navigate this complex landscape, we find ourselves at a crossroads. Understanding the biological underpinnings of empathy, or its absence, can illuminate new pathways for intervention. The bridge, though fragile, can be fortified. Through compassion and insight, we can begin to mend not only the individual's disconnect, but also the rifts it creates within our communities. In this pursuit, we are called to be both detectives and healers, seeking clarity amidst the shadows of the human psyche.